It is day 22 of my water fast, and I mentioned yesterday that I feel like I need to get really quiet. There is a process that's taking place within me, and it is unmistakable. Today I realized that I am in mourning. I am in deep, deep mourning. There is a sorrow that is coming forward from within me, and I am mourning. Acknowledging this mourning is different than falling into a deep state of mourning where you lose all sense of self, or you become depressed and you kind of get off. I'm not doing that. But acknowledging that there is mourning within me, I fell to my knees. I found an empty room today out on a 12-hour shift, and I fell to my knees, and I just started to bawl my eyes out, and I just prayed to God that He would completely break my heart, so that I could heal from this. I could feel all the feelings, but that He would literally take it and resolve it for me. And I know that it's not a give and take, but on the same time, I promised Him that I would continue to move forward, and I would keep my promises to Him. I would follow His instruction, and I would continue to move forward. If He were to, not if He were to, but I asked Him to just take this, and I lifted it up to Him. And so I will continue on with my budget. I will continue to learn how to post my own content, and I will work on portions after this cleanse, or after this fast. Now, so I've lifted it up to Him, and we will work it out. Again, the process doesn't stop after I break my fast, but the prayers and the healing can take place when there's nothing that distracts you from staying on focus. So we are staying. I've recognized it, and I've lifted it up, and we will continue to move forward. These are past life choices that I've made that are all coming to the surface. And so one at a time, we will resolve and work through them. And it's not like they'll be completely healed by the time this is over, but it will be well on its way. And we can move our focus forward, and we can decide that we are actually going to start building a future that we want. We're going to start moving forward and becoming and being the person that we want to be. And that's the goal. And so we lift it up to God. I'm lifting this up to God, and I'm going to stay on focus, and I'm going to stay focused, and I'm going to continue to move forward. Now, speaking of moving forward, integrity is really important to me. It has become one of the most important values that I hold dear to me. And when someone promises me that they're going to do something, or they give me their word, or they just say that they're going to do something, my expectation is that they do it. I hold myself to that expectation. These daily videos are a demonstration of that. There are other ways. I'm not perfect, but my overall best practice is when I say I'm going to do something, I immediately get into it and I get it done. I follow through. And when someone gives me a date that they're expected to follow through with me, I follow up with them just to make sure that it just stays on course. Now, we are coming into a time where there are just more and more people that are just not based in integrity. Their integrity is lacking. They'll say one thing and they'll do another. Well, I'm starting to realize that there's just a list, as long as my arm, of people in my life that have said that they're going to do something, and then they just don't do it, and they just don't do it. Well, I know that we're not meant to keep score, but so I'm just noticing a pattern. And for those that have multiple, and that's part of their character, well, then that's another thing altogether. But the point is that rather than looking outward at other people, how am I going to turn around and look inward at myself and see how my integrity is lacking? Because what you attract is what you're giving off. So I turned it around and said, well, what am I doing? And I realized that in this project and in promising God, like following God's instruction and learning how to post my own content, I've been delaying actually moving through the process of learning how to take each video to the next level, because I have someone I've been calling CapCut guy who has told me that he is going to help me post content. And I've just been queuing up. I've been doing what I've taught myself so far, and I've had this queue of like almost 20 days of content. But my skills have not advanced because I'm like, well, this guy can teach me, this guy can teach me, this guy can teach me. So I am not keeping my word to God. I can continue to teach myself how to post content. It may not look the best, but there are skills that I can teach myself, and I know what I want to do with each video. So there are ways in which I can move forward. And so what I've decided that I'm going to do, because I'm turning it around back on myself and I'm saying, all right, so you follow through on what you've promised God and what you've promised yourself. So I'm actually going to slow it down, and I'm taking each video, like tomorrow. I have more videos that I can do what I've done so far. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start where I left off, and that's on video 2, like day 4. And I'm going to take my notes and I'm going to teach myself how to do each one of those things. And I'm going to put it together, and I'm going to learn how to export it from CapCut, and I'm going to get it up on YouTube. Just one video. And then I will move to the next video. And I've made a list of the things that I want to do. And I will get it into a point where I can upload it into YouTube. And so and then there's a way to schedule your videos so that they drop at a certain time. So I can upload them as I finish them. And then I can actually, instead of like one video and then like a week later another video, it's like I can put them into a queue. And as I get better at it, the faster I'll be able to upload it. And then I can schedule them each to drop a day at a time, which is kind of what I want to do anyway. I want to make this like a series. But they'll start getting better and better as my skills start to get better and better, right? Or I should be going upwards. They'll start to get better and better as my skills start to get better and better. So that's the goal. Like, I've got to slow it down to speed it up. I got to slow it down to speed it up. I know how to do what I've done so far, but I need to slow it down to speed it up so I make progress. And in that, I feel like it could be a lot of fun. And it's a little adventurous, and I'm not depending on anyone but myself to learn. And I know, and I've prayed for it, and I know that God will meet me where I'm at because I'm moving myself forward. So I know that He's going to give me the knowledge that I need to move myself forward at exactly the right time. So I know that tomorrow is going to be a fun day. It's going to be fun. So I'm just going to turn this into, let's just have some fun. And let's see what it goes. Like, we'll focus on it, and we'll see where it goes. And we'll just do one video and see how it goes. It's gonna be really good. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's how I'm going to balance out my integrity, and I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm not gonna worry about other people and what they are or not doing. I'm just gonna focus on myself. As far as a tip is concerned, today, I've been feeling anxiety. Today has been an anxious day. I was feeling it inside. My body was tired. I was feeling really anxious. And you know, that came with understanding where I was at, the mourning process. I realized that you have to work your body to create energy and soothe anxiety. I knew this during my first 40 days of fasting, and I haven't actually lifted weights or done squats or really pushed my body this entire time. I've done yin and I've been grounded, but I've not actually lifted weights, and I've not done push-ups or worked my abs or done burpees. I've not pushed my body. You gotta spend energy to make energy. Like, you gotta slow it down to speed it up. You gotta spend energy to make energy and to soothe your nervous system. Working your muscles will soothe your nervous system. And I need to start making that a primary focus and a best practice. So I did a GrowingAnanas video. She is fantastic. I do her all the time. Like, as soon as I found her, I've been doing her since January. She's freaking fantastic. And she's a beast. She's a total beast. I bought my weights and I'm like doing lunges and squats and burpees and all these things in my living room. So I did that tonight. And while I wasn't able to do like cardio part of it, I didn't have that much energy. I did the lifting and the muscles, right? And the push-ups, and I did all the muscle work. And it felt so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a link in the description to her video that I did tonight. And I'm gonna start linking her videos. When I do them, I will link them in the description so that you guys can see, even on a 40-day fast, you are able to spend energy to make more energy. And what did I do afterwards? I pursued a little bit of a hobby that I have, like, because food is sounding really, really good. Cottage cheese sounds really, really good to me. I go to a fresh dairy and I get their cottage cheese. I only drink raw milk. I love raw milk products and organic, whole products. Anyway, I want to make my own cottage cheese. I saw that and I want to make my own cottage cheese. So I watched a video on how to make my own cottage cheese and then added that to the list. Like, I kind of pursued something to lighten my mood. I can't wait to make it, but again, I just kind of wanted to also balance. I don't watch television. I don't watch television. I don't spend time on YouTube. I threw on a YouTube video so I could do GrowingAnanas, but I keep it really quiet in my household and in my mind and in my heart. There are more things that are more important than adding outside distractions. And but I did throw on a video. I read how to make it. I read that from a dairy. I read how to make 3 different kinds of cottage cheese, and then I watched a video on how to make homemade cottage cheese, and it just lightened my mood, kind of got me in the headspace to where I could make this video. And so I want to say that that's also important. It's just important to make sure that your mood is light, and that the things that make you happy, you give yourself little doses of that, because it elevates your mood and it makes things better. It just makes things better. And so thank you again so much for watching and supporting me and my journey with God. We're doing some heavy and deep work here, and I just want to encourage all of you, if you are fasting, as you're fasting with me, whenever you do watch this series and you choose to pursue a long-term fast like this, that you will hit deeper emotions. You will hit points in which you want to run. I've said that a few times throughout this process, but recognizing and acknowledging what it is that I am actually feeling, this deep sadness and sorrow that I feel, is in fact mourning from past decisions in my life and people that I've lost. I'm just moving through the process. And so again, I'm lifting this to God and then still focusing my energy on something super productive. And I'm moving forward, because we are not turning to the right or to the left here. We are moving forward with God. We are building a future that we want, and we are creating a mind in which we are mentally strong and empowered to move forward in life. We're moving forward. We're building. We're conditioning. We're conditioning right now. So I just want to thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.